Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, or Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and as you can see right here, I've got the channel Redacted pulled up, and this report that they released just yesterday. And it says, bombshell, CIA is running concentration camps in Gaza. New plans reveal. And not only are they running these camps there, but they're tracking the quote-unquote prisoners through a biometric identification device or form of tracking. And this should ring bells because it's basically a precursor to the MOTB. And this is something that they're kind of just running. They're doing it there, but they're definitely taking notes and seeing how this runs. It's almost like it's almost like trial runs before they roll the whole thing out throughout the entire earth and make this mandatory on the entire earth. And that's what they're doing there. They're experimenting on these people here. And this individual on the screen goes on to explain that. And so let's listen to what he has to say.
A Pfizer spokesperson said that they used the Israeli population as a sort of laboratory for their products. The West Bank is where Israel tests its repression tactics and exports those around the world, especially to the United States. And the Gaza Strip is basically the genocide laboratory and is being used now to develop this strategy. And if you think that your American passport, your American citizenship protects you, you should think again, because this is the exact kind of thing that they want to impose on any kind of population. It doesn't have, whatever it is, if it's racial or any kind of thing, it doesn't have to be a racial thing. It can be anybody who decides, they don't want to take this jab in their arm or whatever it is. Now you're considered a threat to society, and you're going to be treated like a Palestinian stuck in some concentration camp where you can't live unless you submit your biometric data. You can't get food and water and medicine unless you submit that. So this is the exact kind of thing that we have to stop over there. Even if you don't, if you're not sympathetic to Palestinians or whatever, this is the kind of thing that will eventually be imposed on us. Palestine is the laboratory for all of the worst things that our ruling class wants to do to us.
Yeah, and we've seen the same.
And if you heard him, he said you won't be able to basically eat or get water. So that equated to buy or sell for me. And so let's go straight into Revelation 13 and 16, because that's what we're hearing there, a precursor to this Revelation 13 and 16, this MOTB. And it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And so all. And he's running experiments over there in the West Bank and Gaza currently to see how it's going to go when he runs his plan, his enterprise out to the whole world. And as that guy was saying, you're not going to be able to, basically, he didn't say buy or sell, but he was talking about eating and drinking and supplying for your family, which goes into buying and selling. And that's what the devil has planned for this earth. He wants to have control over everything that you do within this life, just like the Most High, because they have a God complex. But the Lord's going to take them out. And it's happening right now. The Lord's exposing them. The world is seeing that they're not the true people of the Lord, and people are calling them out. They're also seeing the Israelites stand on their feet and call them out. And that shows these devils, who are the Edomites, self-proclaimed white people, and these small hatters over there running those experiments, claiming to be the Lord's people. Those are Edomites. Those are the people that the Lord hates. And the Lord's about to bring them out of power and set up his people, the true Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as are scattered, because we've been scattered to the four corners of the earth. But he's going to set up his people and bring down the devil, the Edomites, out of this lofty position that they're in right now. And so they're going to have their own falling away, just as we had. This is Isaiah 14 and verse 12. This says, "How art thou fallen from heaven?" This is their falling away. They're falling out of this point of rulership that they're in currently. That's their heaven. But they're about to fall all the way to the ground. It says, "O Lucifer." Lucifer going into light bearer, and this being the elite of the earth. So you can look at your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, your DuPonts, your Gettys, your Oppenheimers, and so on and so forth. These people are what is considered Lucifer, the light bearers. And so we'll go in there and look at it real quick. Strong's H, 1966. I think it's higher law. And if you notice, on college campuses, you'll have the Hillel House. And it's a direct reference, and that's where those small hatters, the small hatter students go and do wickedness. But it says Lucifer equals light bearer, shining one, morning star. Lucifer, of the king of Babylon and Satan. Hillel, describing the king of Babylon. And so these are your light bearers. They have the knowledge of this world, which a knowledge of wickedness is no knowledge at all, but indeed they do have the knowledge of this world, which has allowed them to be at the top along with the Lord's blessing. And they have this light of this world now, but the Lord's coming to put that out. And this is truly who the beef is with the elite, because your regular everyday Edomite has no idea what's going on. They don't really realize there's this spiritual warfare taking place right now, but the elite of Edom fully realizes this. And that's why they're taking these steps and moving forward with their enterprise. That's why they're trying to take over all of Israel right now and trying to push their MOTB out onto everyone so that they can control everyone, so the Lord has no one to save when he returns. And then they imagine they'll be able to keep their blessing or their birthright, their power, and keep on continuing, but they're at the doorstep of judgment. They're about to go down. And that's Lucifer, son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And this plan that they have is going to weaken the nations, putting an artificial device into everyone, as well as what they've done since they've come into rulership. And from the beginning, with them being Cain, all the way to when they started the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire, they have weakened the nations. They went down during the Dark Ages, and they came back up during their Renaissance. And from there, they went out to weaken the nations for this short season. And they do this through their theft. They steal lands. They steal houses and identities. They put out wicked philosophies throughout the earth. As you notice, these are the people that push alphabet lifestyles and feminism, which are these things weaken nations. These are feminism kills families. This alphabet lifestyles is just a form of eugenics. It's eugenics light, form of population control. Both of them are really, and they do weaken the nations. They have various other philosophies, false history that they put out that weaken the nations, as well as they go around making war with everyone. These are unjust rulers. They need to come out of power, and we're actually at that time period where they are about to fall. And that's what we're reading about: Lucifer's fall, the elite's fall. They call themselves light bearer, or the scriptures call them the light bearer, but here they call themselves the Illuminati. And that's holders of the light. I forget exactly how Illuminati goes. Salakia. Surprised I am. That's something I should know. But that shows you the link right there. And their light is about to be put out. It says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven." That's that God complex they have. "I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." And so they have taken over the congregation, who are the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and have set themselves right up on top and believe that they'll be there forever. But they won't. And the sides of the north, right here in North America, it says, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." And they have aircraft, or they have rockets, they have satellites, and they think they're mimicking the chariots of the Most High, but these are just basically child's play toys. It says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." And that's where they're going, into hell, not into a mythological place of fire where they're going to go burn forever. Their condition is going to change. Hell is either your condition upon the earth or the grave in general. And this is talking about their condition. They're going into hellish conditions. They're going into terrible conditions. They're going into slavery, and they're going to be regarded as less than human. That is hell. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?" So you can see this is a man. This isn't talking about some guy with a pitchfork, some spirit with a pitchfork. It's talking about men that did shake kingdoms, because they're going to let loose their nuclear weapons, and that's going to shake the earth itself. It says, "That made the world as a wilderness." And once those nukes go off, it's not just going to hit America and Israel. It's going to hit various parts of this place, of the earth, and it's going to make the earth into a wilderness, especially America. And then the nuclear fallout that comes with that, it's going to be terrible. And it says, "And destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners." And that's the part that brought me to the script, to Isaiah 14, because they're making these concentration camps. They're locking up the population over there, and this is what they plan to do to the earth in general, all around the world. They plan to have these camps and to make people get mandatory CHIPs, RFID CHIPs, so that they can move around in society like usual. But it's all coming to an end, and it's not going to work out for them. "That open not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. And so, after the nations all serve their 1,000 years of captivity, they're going to go unto their appointed lands and be able to reign, but under this law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. But the Edomites, they're not going to have that opportunity because of all of the wickedness that they've brought, and that they just are wicked. They can't be made straight. So they're going to have to be taken off of the earth. Every single one of them, their whole lineage. And I wasn't planning to read all the way down that far, but since we're speaking of it, Lord will we get there. But they get taken off the earth. They get chased out of the earth. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. It says, he that is evil to himself, who could be good to? It says, the seed of evildoers shall never be known, be renowned. And so these guys have just done too much. And the Lord's going to have to Slovakia. The Lord's going to have to show their great judgment. They have to be a great example of how not to be because of everything they've done. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And the Edomites have always been wicked, and over their different lifetimes, because as we were talking about, there's no hell. The Bible speaks on reincarnation. So this same nation, once you're a part of a nation, you just keep being reincarnated over and over again throughout time into that same nation. So they might want to say, oh, that was our forefathers, but it was them. That was them that was there doing that wickedness. And so they are guilty and they will be charged. It says, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. Because as I was saying, they're going to be completely cut off. They're going to be, their whole seed line, their whole nation is going to be taken off of the earth. Obadiah 1 and 18. It's going to be a big bonfire, and they're going to walk in there and never return. It says, I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. Those are the nukes that are going to go off here. But going back up to 17, that open not the house of his prisoners. They have concentration camps set up there, and they are experimenting with the MOTB, which they plan to release onto the earth very soon. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.